Are we on? Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Well, good afternoon. I know I always say it, but it's lovely to be here as always. First things first, I have to thank, I've written down here, Steve Jones Scale Modeling Site for subscribing. You're my 100th subscriber, so fantastic. Nice to get into three figures. Never thought I would, but here we are. That's fantastic. Before we get on to anything else, likes and dislikes. What do I dislike about the hobby? Same as everybody else, I dislike cleaning the miniatures. Because I never find I do a 100% great job, particularly with 1/72 soft plastic. I've never really gotten a satisfactory result with it. I've never really 100% happy with the result, and you notice it more when you put the primer on. You say, should have done that, could have done this. But I guess we're all like that. Paintbrushes. You get a new paintbrush, and the sooner you started using it and the tip has gone, that annoys me. But I'm hoping I've cured that. If I can get this out. Rosemary and Co. They seem like good brushes. Rosemary and Co. They are, however, Kolinsky Sable, and they are £6-7 a go. But if it stops that, then I'm happy. And the amount that I've used them thus far, they seem very good. I gotta say, they seem very good. So, Rosemary and Co. brushes. Let's hear it for Rosemary and Co. brushes. The only other thing I don't like, really, is when you look in these magazines, War Games Illustrated, what's the other one? War Games Soldiers and Strategy. I don't bother with miniature war games now because they changed all the format and buggered it up, and it's just rubbish now, so I don't bother with it. But the other two, they do reviews on different figures. They're nearly always 28mm. That annoys me. They push 28mm in preference to everything else. They're very overtly biased towards 28mm. Now, don't get me wrong, 28mm figures can look very nice painted, as shown by your videos. You paint some cracking stuff out there. But any scale painted well looks nice. So it annoys me that they push 28mm so much when there's a lot of other scales out there. My nose bleeding. Yeah, my nose is bleeding. So that annoys me. But that's really the only couple of niggles I have with this hobby. I mean, if you have a whole raft of complaints about this hobby, maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Maybe you should be doing something else. What I like about this hobby is it's multifaceted, if I can put it that way, if you think about it. I love listening to the radio and DXing on my radio, but it's just what it is, listening to the radio. Whereas this hobby, it's painting, model making, gaming, collecting, research, reading books, magazines, watching videos, making these movies, camaraderie, meeting people, So this 5 is like 7 things just off the top of my head. There's many sides to this hobby which I like. The camaraderie particularly I like. I mean, when I first came on here, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what I was going to do, what I was going to say. And everybody made me feel very welcome, which was fantastic. I mean, can't thank you enough for making me feel very welcome. I'm part of the community, which is great. And not one person has raised an eyebrow or raised a finger and questioned who I am and what I am. You'll know who I am, and you'll know what I am. But not one person has questioned it. You all accepted me for who I am and what I am, which has been fantastic. Very much like when I, just veering off the subject slightly, very much like when I first joined the WI, I had no intentions of joining such an organization. And a friend of mine said to me, she said, "Are you in the WI?" I said, "No, I never gave any thought." She said, "Right, you will be at the next meeting." And I'm like, but they all accepted me 100%. Nobody questioned me or said anything. I was like in, and that's fantastic. And it's the same here. It's fantastic, very welcoming. So that's great. It's a great distraction from stopping me from thinking about things I really ought not to be, which is fantastic. I think there's quite a few people in this hobby that have mental health issues. And it's great for helping with that. It's fantastic. I find I have to teach myself new skills, which I like. I like teaching myself new skills. I like as many strings to my bow as possible. And I've had to learn on the job with this, like painting the figures, the three-dimensional, whereas I come from a world of, as you know, painting on boards and canvases, doing portraits and stuff. So I've had to go from that to painting 3D, which has been nice. It's been a challenge. I'm now going to have to learn airbrushing, which is going to be interesting. I know nothing about airbrushing whatsoever. So that's going to be great, because that's leading on from that. Postman has been several times, and he's dropped some stuff off. Our has arrived. But I'm going to do a separate video on the airbrushing and the I keep calling it a generator. It's not, is it? It's a compressor. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to do a separate video on that. So talk to you about what I learned and all that business. It deserves a video on its own. So that's something I'm going to have to be learning that. And Postman's also bought a few tools for the toolbox. I mean a craft saw and decent pair of scissors for decals and a what do they call these? Archimedean drill, just a little. I've got one already actually, but I thought I'd buy a spare one. And another set of drill bits, a couple of pairs of tweezers and stuff. So it's always handy to have in the toolbox. So that's been nice. And also, he bought me a box containing 8 of these. Because I'm thinking ahead again to 135 and 132, and most of my paint is geared to Napoleonics, to the colours of the Napoleonic stuff, so I didn't really have any World War II colour per se, so I went and got that. What's that? Yeah, German grey, English uniform, field grey, German field grey, World War II, German orange, black brown, natural steel. So hopefully with all the other paint I got here, I should have now all the colours I need for World War II. Hopefully so. Fingers crossed. So that's good. So what are we doing today? Today we are going to start working on those 2 buildings. But they are, as you can see, as you can read, it says low relief, which is basically just the fronts of the buildings, because they go on a model railway excuse me, model railway layout. They go on the like a backboard, and they butt up to the backboard, so you just need the front. So bit of a challenge. I'm going to have to make the rest of the building, walls and the roof and the back. So that's going to be interesting. So we should get some reasonable buildings. What I'm going to do with the first one, this one, here goes my clock. I'm going to take away those arches and just have it as a straight building. That's supposed to be sort of like a shop front. There's shops underneath the arches. If you were to look through them, you'd see shop fronts. Well, I don't want that. I'm just going to turn it into a decent Georgian style building, and I'll do the same with that. I'll just make the backs and the back and the sides and the roof. With that, yeah, I'll do away with that. That's what I like about these buildings. They're easily converted to whatever you want. You know, take bits out, put new bits in. See, here's the front, the sort of Georgian front. So that bit, I'll do away with that bit. And that's a sort of, you can see that sort of greeny sort of brick finish. The nearest thing I've got here is that, which is engineer's blue brick. What I'd probably do with that is I'll go with that, and I'll give it some kind of very thin wash over the top, just to try and blend it in with the front. I always like to keep a few packets of these things at hand, because you never know when you're going to need them or what you're going to make. Like we made that bridge. We had the stuff here to do it. And they come in a range of sort of red tiles, red brick, grey slates. I mean, there's all sorts you can get. They're very handy to keep in your cupboard or your drawer. See, here's another one. Grey rubble walling. Flintstone, which is that's what we use for the base of the bridge. It's the flintstone. So that's what we're on this afternoon. We're going to have a crack at this building. I feel very apathetic today. I just felt like that as soon as I got up. It was just like, at least it's not so hot today, which is great. So anyway, we're going to have a bit of lunch and get on with it, have a crack at this building. We'll make the back and the sides and the roof out of whatever stuff we got lying around, card of whatever sort, or this mountain board or something. And hopefully we'll have a nice Georgian building at the end of it. So what I'll do is I'll leave a little bit of footage on the end of this of the Cameron Highlanders, because I did the base, I flocked all the bases and put the grass tufts on and did the flags and everything. So they've now gone into storage for such time as we need them. But I'll give you, thank you, I'll give you a quick look at them on the turntable. And we'll get on with our building. Yeah, as always, thanks to everybody that subscribes. Thanks for your comments. It's tricky to keep up with some of the comments because they don't always come up in the inbox for some reason. So you have to keep looking into past videos to see if anybody's commented. They don't come up in the inbox. That's another thing I find annoying about this. All your comments don't come up in the inbox. So if you leave a comment and I don't answer it, forgive me, because this is well, whether it's something to do with YouTube or not, I don't know. But anyway, I will try and answer all the comments. But thanks for your comments. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, see you on the next one.